everyone, it's Nicole here for Mama Elephant with an Inside Pop card holder, Creative Cuts die card. This is brand new for the October 2018 release. This is the interactive Inside Pop card holder, which means it's going to hold a gift card, and there are some awesome little interactive pieces, and I want to show you how this works. This is how your interactive pop card holder comes. You want to take some snips, wire cutters, and just trim apart the pieces. So we're going to have the piece that creates the gift card holder. This is the long piece here. You're going to need to die cut two of these to create the element that holds the gift card that pops up when you open up your card. Then there are some customization pieces, pardon me. So a couple different handle options. And then the little kind of elongated oval piece that you can actually die cut from the card holder if you don't want to use a handle. So there's the rounded handle, the handle that's got a little bit more of a squared up edge. I have die cut my Inside Pop card holder from some red cardstock here, and I'm going to put some score tape on these two little tabs. I, of course, die cut two to create the card holder, and then for my card here, I'm going to use the rounded handle to make it look kind of like a little tote bag. So what I love is it looks like a little gift bag. I guess not a tote bag, a gift bag inside your card when you open it up. I am sharing this first before I put my card together because I really want you to see just how awesome this is. It could be used for any occasion or holiday. This will be a holiday themed card, as you saw at the beginning of the video, but you could use this literally for whatever you want to. Now I've put some score tape on the little tabs at the bottom of my handles from that little stitch line down, and then I'm going to simply attach those to each side. I'm also going to put a little bit wider piece of score tape on the long side, or the long edge rather, on my card holder. This is going to attach these to the inside of my card on either side of the seam. I've got a white card base here. This can work on any orientation of card, whether you're going to do landscape like I'm doing here or portrait, but I would very much recommend using a side fold card rather than a top fold, because it's going to fit much better. So I just want to show you kind of how this is going to look. You're going to fold those tabs. You're going to fold over the card holder on itself there, and we're going to be attaching this on either side of the seam and then attaching the card holder pieces together with those little tabs that we put the 1/8 inch score tape on to assemble that kind of pinched together there in the center. So I'm just holding this in place before I go ahead and do that. So let's take our handles. Now this is where you could use the handles, the two different styles if you want. If you wanted to use the little handle that die cuts from the card holder itself, I would recommend doing that before you add your adhesive or anything like that. And then I'm simply adding that to the inside. We're going to take the other handle, remove our score tape from the tabs. And then what I found would be easiest is I'm going to line these up. So I'm just going to lay my handle right on the other one so that I can center this exactly. Lay the other half of my card holder, line it up, and then press that down to pick up my handle. And now my handles are going to be perfectly aligned. So let's go ahead and attach this to the inside of our card. I'm going to remove the score tape. I like score tape because it's really sticky and I don't want to worry about this popping up. And I'm going to fold the gift card holder over on itself, press this to one side of the seam. You don't really want it on the inside of the center seam because your card will not fold nicely. So I kind of just go on either side of it. I'm going to take the second side and press that right on the other side of the seam, lining this up perfectly with the sides of the card. Then we can kind of fold down each side, remove the score tape from our little tabs, and then we can just fold that over, pinch those together to assemble our inside pop card holder. How adorable is that, you guys? So much fun and such a great way to give a gift card at the holidays or any time. So now that we have assembled our card holder, let's go ahead and decorate the front of our card and the inside of our card as well. We can add some fun little decorations to this on the inside that really coordinates with the outside of the card. We are going to be using some other new images from the October 2018 release with the Holiday Biddies stamp set. This is a great little stamp set full of adorable little teeny tiny images that are really fun, and I thought it would be really cute to create a whole collection of ugly sweaters that we line up on the front of the card. We're going to add little sentiments from the holiday messages stamp set underneath them. And we're even going to add some additional ugly sweaters to the inside of our card onto our little gift bag. We're going to use some of the new little scallop, or one of the new scallop tags trios, the little tags. We're going to tie that to the handle of our gift bag on the inside of the card because I really wanted it to look like a little gift bag that you would give someone, but it's instead something that pops up on the inside of your card that holds the gift card. So we're using quite a few new little products here from the October release. I am stamping my sweaters on some smooth white cardstock using a black ink for Copic coloring. Use whatever ink you want for the coloring medium you're using. I will tell you guys, I left the coloring out of the video here today to save some time, since this is more about the assembly of the card and the assembly of the interactive element inside the card, and I didn't want this video to go on forever. But if you're curious about the colors that I used, please refer to the Mama Elephant blog where I have listed those colors out for you. So if you still want to know kind of what colors I used, you can find that information there. Now, I love that the sweater comes plain and you can customize it with all kinds of things, whether it be sentiments or images, or there's even some little happy faces that I think would be funny to use on the sweaters or other images in this. But I used a tree, a snowflake, a snowman, candy canes, and a gift package. And then on the 6th sweater for the front of the card, I'm going to color it first and then stamp and emboss a sentiment from the Holiday Biddies stamp set. And on the inside of the card, we're going to use an ornament, and then we're going to use one of the solid snowflakes stamped and embossed. For the front of the card, to add some color to my background to really make our ugly holiday sweaters pop, I am using Mermaid Lagoon and Chipped Sapphire, Distress ink, and I'm blending these together to get a nice seamless blend. So it's going to be kind of an ombre effect of Mermaid Lagoon to this blueprint sketch, or actually, I'm so sorry, Chipped Sapphire Distress ink. And I'm blending those together until I get a seamless blend. Now, if you have trouble blending distress inks on smooth white cardstock, this is Nina Heavyweight 110-pound weight cardstock. I would recommend a watercolor cardstock or Bristol Smooth cardstock. It is a lot more forgiving. Once I have this inked the way I want it to look, I am going to water down a little picket fence distress paint and splatter this white paint all over the surface of my background, and I'm going to let this completely air dry. And it was dry by the time I was done coloring the sweaters. So I haven't colored my sweaters yet because I wanted to get my background put together. I wanted my paint to air dry all the way. I pick it up with a small paintbrush. It wasn't quite the consistency that splatters great, so I added a little bit more water. And I'm just going to have these droplets of white paint all over the background. This is also a great way to create a fun falling snow background if you like that look and you're doing a scene card instead. Once I have that, like I said, I'm going to set this to the side. I will color in all of my sweaters, and then I'm going to die cut my sweaters with the coordinating Holiday Biddies dies. Now, to really make these pop off the background, first of all, I'm going to take one of the Mama Elephant basic rectangles dies, and I'm going to die cut my background. And I'm using the second largest. The largest in the basic rectangles is going to be A2 sized, and I want a white border around my card, a pretty significant one. It's about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. So I'm using the second largest to die cut that. And then I'm going to take foam adhesive squares and attach my cute little sweaters to the background. We're going to line these up. I've also, you can see down there at the bottom of the screen, I have stamped and embossed sentiments, 6 sentiments from the Holiday Messages stamp set, which is a fantastic greeting stamp set full of adorable little lines of text. If you love that look, which I absolutely love this look, you are going to love this stamp set. It works with larger greetings. You can mix and match. You can use them on their own like I'm doing here. So many ways to use these. We are going to trim these into thin strips and attach these with foam adhesive as well. And I thought that they would show up really nicely and plus have a little bit more of a holiday flair by stamping and embossing on red cardstock as opposed to maybe black cardstock, which I use a lot. I love the stamped and embossed on black cardstock look with white embossing powder, but I also love it on red. And I think you definitely need to consider the occasion that you are creating the card for when using this. The red really kind of helps convey that holiday feel. It ties in nicely to our inside pop card holder where we use the same red cardstock. So it just is one of those coordinating type of things. I'm using these little thin foam adhesive strips to add these little lines of text under my sweaters. I stamped them in long lines and I'm just trimming them apart. Lining everything up. So I used the ugly sweaters, but you could also use a combination of these images, like maybe do 6 different images from the Holiday Biddies. Consider that. You could do the little mugs and line those up. So many ways to create a similar look if you don't want to do all holiday sweaters like I did here. I liked the holiday sweaters because I could mix up the images on the front. So here is our front panel. Now comes my favorite part, which is adding just a little bit of interest to these images. So I'm taking Nuvo Crystal Drops in White Blizzard to add sparkle to some of my ugly holiday sweaters, because most ugly holiday sweaters do have some sort of sparkle to them. I'm also taking a white opaque pen, adding some little highlights to my sweaters. And then I can attach this whole panel to my card base. So let's go back and grab our card base that we created earlier. I'm going to put some adhesive on the front, pop my panel right down there, and when we open it up, you can see that cute little gift card holder. Next, let's finish the inside of the card, and I really wanted it to complement the front, so I have 2 additional ugly sweaters that we are going to attach, and this time we're not going to attach with foam adhesive. We're going to attach these just directly to the gift bag so that the card still folds flat nicely. And I'm going to kind of overlap them right there in the center of our Inside Pop gift card holder. So, so cute. Then I have this little tag, this little scallop tag is from the Mama Elephant Scallop Tags Trio, which is actually 6 different tags. So any kind of gift tag you would need, these are going to work great for. Do not forget to add some embellishment to the inside sweaters. So I added some sparkle to that. We just want to let that dry before we close our card. I stamped the to and from the holiday messages stamp set onto my little scallop tag. And I'm tying that to a handle with a little green twine. And I had to fiddle with that a little bit to get it exactly the way I wanted it to look. I didn't really like how I did that the first time. So I'm going to fiddle with it a little bit more. I think we'll knot it first and then thread it through one handle so that the recipient is still able to easily get the gift card out of that little gift card holder. But that looks like a little finished gift bag by adding this little mini tag to the inside. I think that's just a really fun finishing touch. So there is what the inside of the card looks like. You can write your recipient a little message. The last thing I did was take the sentiment from Holiday Messages that says a gift for you, and I stamped this with black ink onto white cardstock, trimmed this into a little thin strip, and we're going to pop this right underneath our sweaters on the inside of the card. This complements, again, the front design of the card really nicely, where it has all the little greetings underneath our sweaters. It also tells the recipient that there's a little gift for you in this little gift bag. So here is a look at the finished card. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this Inside Pop Card Holder card featuring Mama Elephant stamps and dies from the October 2018 release. Please be sure to visit the Mama Elephant YouTube channel for more videos and inspiration, as well as the blog. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.